Okay, had a little technical issue there. Now I think I'm live. I think I forgot to hit the start live button, so I was just talking and nobody could hear me. Okay, I am there. We are coming back on the air now. We are going to go through a time of live wall-to-wall coverage, probably until this passes Sumner Wilson counties, as we now have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service. And it's really because of this patch of wind right here. You see all these whites and blues on the radar right now. That is some very strong winds moving through North Nashville right now. If you're at Briley Parkway, Dickerson Pike, Briley Parkway, Interstate 65, you are probably seeing these wind gusts right now. Next up to see it would be Lakewood, Old Hickory. I think Hendersonville might miss it to the south, judging by radar, but you could still see some strong wind gusts up in Hendersonville. All the way up to possibly even Shackle Island is over there right near Long Hollow Church. They could be seeing some strong winds here momentarily. Old Hickory, as I mentioned, you'll be able to see this here in a little while. Give me 1 second. Let me do something right quick. Okay, so let's continue with this. We have also had reports from south of this warning. We have had some reports from some golf ball size hail. I was just hearing through WSMV, and it's really all a big part. If I switch to reflectivity here, it's all part of a really big cluster of storms, and it's kind of separated right now. So we have one cluster around here. Bellevue would be in this cluster. You're seeing it right now. Area south of Bellevue, in between Franklin, you're seeing this cluster, and then we have another cluster currently in this circle that I'm drawing here. We just got a new radar scan on that, and many communities north of Nashville are seeing this cluster at the moment. I couldn't read that. Green Hills, you're probably seeing this cluster right now. Hendersonville will be seeing it shortly. Just make sure you are sheltering from this storm. And I do know it is a typical severe thunderstorm warning, but we just experienced it here. These wind gusts are very, very strong. So if you can shelter from these storms, please do. You need to get inside. On the first floor of your home, stay away from windows. I do want to emphasize this is not a tornado warning. A tornado has not been indicated by radar. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. Uh, we are continuing to watch. You see all these whites here. That is the strongest part of the wind right now. But even where we see some of these light green colors, you can still be seeing some strong winds right near the white color. That is where we are seeing the strongest peak winds at this time. So this is what we're really monitoring right now is this big blob, really. We have 3 different severe thunderstorm warnings right now. It looks like most of the big round of storms has left the original severe thunderstorm warning that was issued, which I was included in. That warning did impact Ashland City and some western areas of Davidson County. I've had a light that's been flickering here, and it's not really helpful right now. I don't want to turn it off because I don't want you to see me. Sorry, I should have not done that. No, I can't get it to work. There it goes. I was trying to. Okay, it's not working very well right now for me. But I am, of course, monitoring this very closely. So again, like I was just saying, we've been just watching radar here for the past few minutes. We've seen severe thunderstorm warnings be issued really just all across the board here, and it's for this really cluster of cells that's been, and we have a new warning. We'll see who this is for. I can tell you this much. This is going to be toward the south, actually. So, if you're here near the Columbia area, they're issuing a severe thunderstorm warning right now based on this severe thunderstorm warning you see here, which actually just expired. So it sounds like some communities just south of Columbia might be in this. Columbia itself might be in this warning. We're going to wait for it to pop up here. Have a look at it. Here's a new warning polygon. Again, this was just issued by the National Weather Service, a new severe thunderstorm warning. If you're in eastern Lewis, northeastern Lawrence, or southwestern Maury counties, you are in this new severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 4:45 this evening. We are watching this storm now. It doesn't look as impressive on radar as the other storm that we've been watching in Nashville has been looking, but the problem with this is the radar beam is higher in the air, so we can't really see. So we can't see what's happening more lower to the ground like we can in Nashville, since the radar is more farther away in Columbia. We've been looking at these storms from the Nashville KOHX radar, and of course we will continue to as long as there is a threat in Davidson, Wilson, or Sumner counties, at least for now. I might decide to stay on the air and cover some areas toward the east. Let me go shut that off right quick. All right. So again, I've really just been repeating the information here. Let me go quickly look into. If you have any questions, let me know. I have the Facebook. Oh, I just shut that down. I'm sorry. I have the Facebook stream loaded up behind the scenes here, and I can answer any questions you all may have. I've had multiple lights flickering in this room. I do apologize for that. At John C. Toon Airport, there has been a measured wind gust of 64 miles per hour. I did want to quickly look. We have a weather station right next to my house here in West Nashville, and I want to quickly see what wind gust it measured out of this line. If I can get the website to load here. Sometimes it's not very friendly. I can load it up behind the scenes here right quick through my phone. Let me quickly look at that. But again, if you're just joining here, a strong batch of wind located currently it's going to enter Old Hickory here shortly. We've been monitoring that very closely. It personally did impact my house. We did not have any damage from it, but I am monitoring that. We had a peak wind here of 53 miles per hour today. I'm assuming that was from the storms that just hit. But again, we are continuing to watch this closely. Severe thunderstorm warning will remain in effect for at least the next 12 minutes. I do want to take a quick look at this. This is in northern Kentucky. If you do have any friends in Kentucky, I'm assuming this is just near the Louisville area, just east of the Louisville area. We do have a tornado warning up there until 5:45 Eastern time. That'll go for the central Kentucky counties of, and I'm sorry if I pronounced these incorrectly. Okay, I'm hoping I am back. I apologize for that. I did just lose power here. I'm now working off a backup method via my phone's hotspot, and we will continue to track these storms momentarily. I do have to fix some things first. There we go. So now I'm only down to one monitor, so this will kind of look weird for the next few minutes. I'm kind of scrambling here, so if you just give me 1 minute, I do want to make sure I am still on the air. Okay, I am on the air. Again, if you're just joining us, I did just lose power here. That's why you saw a brief interruption in the live stream. I am back now via my phone's hotspot, and we will continue to cover these storms. So let's go back down here and quickly look at. Looks like I'm looking off the Louisville radar. That's why. So let me click this button, and hopefully this will let us see the Nashville radar. I'm sorry, folks. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I apologize for that. Looks like the storm. We're going to have a bit of an issue trying to track these storms. It is kind of issuing what we call a radar hole. I'm sorry, not issuing. It is kind of going through a radar hole, which basically means the storm is actually going through the radar site, and we can't exactly see it until it comes out of the radar site. So I will have to wait a little while before we get to see it again. Let me. I got several things going on here, folks. I do apologize. I did not expect the power to go out there. I thought it was past us and we wouldn't have to expect a power outage. But we are continuing to track these storms. Severe thunderstorm warnings do remain in effect for at least the next 7 minutes. They will go for. We have one here that I believe still clips. Okay, it's only for Northwestern Davidson. So Cheatham, you are out of that warning. I apologize for not saying that earlier. We do still have a severe thunderstorm warning for central Davidson County, southwestern Sumner County, northwestern Wilson County. That goes until 4:30. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning that goes for southwestern Davidson County, northern Williamson County. That will also go until 4:30. Since all these warnings do go until 4:30, they will have to be reissuing warnings here momentarily. I'm assuming many warnings will be issued for Rutherford County and possibly into Sumner. If I did not mention Sumner, I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Southwestern Sumner is already under severe thunderstorm warning, but it will have to be issued. A new one will have to potentially be issued. Presumably, we would have to have two separate warnings. So let me draw out what that would look like right quick. These are going to be in the drawn orange boxes. One warning would look approximately like this. It would include Gallatin and possibly the northern half of Lebanon. One would go like this, which would include Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Smyrna. It looks like Murfreesboro might be not in the clear of severe weather. You still have the impact. You still have the possibility of severe weather tonight, but Murfreesboro would likely not be involved in a direct warning would they issue a new one. Again, no signs of tornadic activity from these storms at this time. Of course, it could always happen, but the tornado threat is low tonight. I'm not really expecting one to show up anytime soon. So if you are worried about tornado, rest assured that they are on a very low threat tonight. While we are still covering this, we do have another new warning coming out. This is probably one of the ones I was talking about. And there's your new polygon. It was right about where I said it would be. Gallatin and if you're in Gallatin, Hendersonville is on the border this morning. Cedar Grove, Point OVU, I'm hoping I pronounced that right. Shackle Island, you'll be in this new warning. I don't know what that community is. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Cairo, Cairo, you'll be in this warning. LaGordo, you'll be in this warning. Hartsville is not in a warning yet, but I would expect to be in one momentarily. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to. This will be the last time I have to move to go turn off that radio because I'm actually going to bring the radio over here. I do want to give out a reminder at this time. I have no power, so I don't have my two monitors set up at this time. I'm having to work without it for the moment, so you will see some behind the scenes stuff here, and I do apologize for that. That's the best show I can put on currently without power. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that will go until 5 o'clock this evening. It is for southern Sumner and northwestern Wilson counties. It looks like the strongest of winds might still be in that hole I was talking about earlier with radar, which does mean we will have to wait a little while before we still see what these winds look like. It did look like they were weakening earlier, but that could have just been it got too close to the radar for it to see it. I do want to give a quick wide view right quick if I can, and I want to put this in national view for you. So let me do this. This will kind of look like a jumbled mess for a minute. Let me do this. So this is our risk map for today. You're seeing all these green, the green color and the yellow color. Let me turn on my cursor so that way that you can see it a little better. So this dark green you see, Knoxville is included in this, Chattanooga is included in this. That is a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather today. This yellow color you're seeing here is a level 2 out of 5. That includes Cookeville, McMinnville, Tullahoma, Lewisburg, Pulaski, Smyrna. You're in that slight risk today, level 2 out of 5. Once you get into Brentwood, Bellevue, downtown Nashville, Springfield, Portland, Gallatin, Hendersonville, Lafayette, you're in the level 3 out of 5 risk. That is the risk we are really watching today. And I want to quickly explain this back out just to give you a view of what this has kind of started to form into a squall line, it appears. We currently do have only one tornado warning in the whole nation at the moment, and that includes not downtown Louisville. I do apologize. It's just east of Louisville, and it is it will be in effect for Oldham, maybe Shelby, and southwestern Henry counties currently. That will go until, let me find it. It will be until 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:45 p.m. Central Time. So that's kind of your wide view. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings along this line. All these yellow boxes you see here and orange boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me put it back in the view of the Nashville radar. And I'll turn off the risk map for now. Well, no, I do want to show this too. I was talking about wind earlier is the highest risk we have today. Let me turn off radar so you can see this a bit better. You see all this red coloring here that's all filled in. That includes Clarksville, Bowling Green. That is basically along the lines of that enhanced risk I was talking about, except this is actually just for the hazard of wind. And you can see Nashville is in this red color, which is a 30% chance for straight line wind gusts today, which we have clearly seen across the Nashville area. Here's our tornado risk map. You can see these. The green color is that includes Cookeville, Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg. That is a 2% risk, but Nashville, Clarksville, Dixon, Franklin, you're in a 5% risk. I do want to repeat again, we aren't really concerned about tornadoes tonight. We have only had one tornado warning within the Nashville viewing area, and that was actually up here just east of Maury, Kentucky in Trigg County. that has since expired. There is no tornado warning anywhere in southern Kentucky or Middle Tennessee at this time. You're going to see some weird stuff happening here. It's going to look a bit weird. So all these green colors we're talking about, where the strongest winds are, the white I was talking about, you're going to start seeing that in yellow color now. Why? Because you see this green dot. This storm is now moving east of the radar site. So these red wind, I'm sorry, I say red winds. This red color you see here on this velocity wind map, that is actually winds going away from the radar. So if you see, this is how we also look for rotation. If you see winds that are colored in red or yellow, they are going away from the radar, and then all these winds in green are going toward the radar. And we do have a new warning. That's the siren you hear going off.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Williamson County in Middle Tennessee until 5 p.m.
So it sounds like this will cover only Williamson County. So back to what I was initially talking about. All this green color you see here is winds going toward the radar. All these red colors are winds going away from the radar. It's kind of hard to really show it without rotation to show you what it actually looks like during rotation, since it's right next to the radar. But that's how it looks. But all these yellow colors you see here, that is the strongest wind we're seeing right now. So Creekmont, you probably just saw this. Martha, it's coming your way. It's going to basically ride along Lebanon Road, Highway 70 here. So Egan, I'm hoping I pronounced that right. You will be seeing this soon. Weston Heights, eventually moving into Lebanon. We do encourage no travel at this time along Highway 70, especially if you're just north of the Lebanon area. 231, I'd be on the lookout for this. These are some pretty strong winds, both highlighted in yellow and red, moving through, going from Davidson County now into Wilson County. We are also watching our friends up here in Sumner County that are that's also under this severe thunderstorm warning. But briefly, I do want to touch on this Williamson County warning that just got issued. So if you're in Franklin, Nolensville, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. That will go until 5 o'clock this evening. Severe thunderstorm was located near Franklin, moving east at 35 miles per hour. You would expect 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail with this storm. If you are just tuning in, I am currently operating on a one monitor setup. I usually only have two, but my power is currently out. So my second monitor is actually my television, which doesn't work if we don't have power. So I'm only working off one monitor right now, and I do apologize for that because you'll have to see some behind the scenes stuff briefly when I go touch on the controls. I do want to see quickly, we've been live for 25 minutes now. We are covering several severe thunderstorm warnings across our area. Do want to touch on the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued in Mount Pleasant. At 4:32, a severe thunderstorm was located near Mount Pleasant, or 11 miles southwest of Columbia, that is moving east at 45 miles per hour. You can expect 60 mile per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail with this storm. I haven't seen any reports, but at the same time, I haven't really been watching, so let me go look at that right quick. If you're in Ashland City, we have on the Davidson County side, actually, we have a report of a tree snap along Little Marrowbone Road near Beeman Park. Report and photo courtesy of our T-Spotter network. Marrowbone Road, I'm assuming, is right near, is probably that back entry to Beeman Park. I don't want to really pull up the map. We did have a wind gust of 64 miles per hour here from our station at John C. Toon Airport here in Nashville. That is located, if you look on the map here, that is located right around here where you see this KJWN here. That is where John C. Toon Airport is. I don't want to give the all clear for anybody at the moment because we could still have some strong winds move through the area. Of course, we are continuing to watch everything closely. As soon as we have more information, I will bring it to you. Again, we do currently have a severe thunderstorm watch. I would like to remind you that goes until 9 o'clock tonight. Let me briefly touch on that watch via our Radar Omega app, and I did hit the wrong button. So currently, if you are really in any part of Middle Tennessee, you're going to be under this severe thunderstorm watch, and it goes until 9 p.m. this evening. And I didn't think they put everybody in it, but they did. So basically, every county served by the Nashville Weather Service office, you will be under this warning or watch. I'm sorry, it's going a little bit crazy here. Let me see if I can pull up some other storm reports for you. Let me see if I can get that going. We have a new statement: a strong thunderstorm will impact central Maury County through 5 p.m. I'm doing this wrong. Let me do it this way. There should be some sort of like portal here somewhere. But I doubt I'll be able to find it. Local storm report. There we go. Just currently, let me shift this back to about 3 o'clock. And yeah, we can end it at 4:37. Oh, no. Yeah. So really, we only have one report at the moment here in Davidson County. That was the one I was just discussing about, of that tree snapped along Marrowbone Road that is located near Beeman Park. We did have that observation of a 64-mile-per-hour wind gust at John C. Toon Airport. And we do have some reports down here. We do have a report of 1-inch hail from a school bus driver in Lawrence County. That is estimated quarter-size hail, and that was located along Brush Creek Road. Another wind report, 4-inch diameter. I'm assuming that's hail. They have it as a thunderstorm wind report. A tree is down along Tennessee Route 240. So if you're in the Lawrenceburg area, plan to be traveling down there tonight, please be aware of that. And we have another report from Lawrence County. This is in the Summertown area. A report of a roof blown off a house and several trees down in Summertown along Sweet Gum Lane. Currently, the only warning we currently have is we actually have multiple warnings. But the warning that I'm paying close attention to is the severe thunderstorm warning, and that it will include Sumner and Wilson counties. That goes until 5 p.m. this evening. We do have some pretty strong winds there currently. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible of the storm. I personally did experience some here at my house over here in West Nashville. I apologize. I didn't. Okay, I actually kept my camera off. There's probably more. Oh, you can see me, even though I'm without power. I didn't think the lighting would work well because I don't have my room light on. Currently, no sign at the moment of a new warning being issued. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and end our coverage here. And of course, if anything else pops up, I will be live to cover it. But for now, this has been a wall-to-wall severe weather coverage. If anything else pops up, if I see any further concerns, I will come back on live and let you know of those. But for now, we are going to go ahead and end this live stream here. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. God bless you. Actually, I'm not going to end it. What I'm going to do is I'll keep the radar up to where you can see all the warnings, but I'll have my microphone muted and we'll continue watching it behind the scenes and I'll pop back in via this live stream if we see anything further. Do want to provide quickly a brief update on the power situation. Currently, NES reports 4,922 people without power across their service area. I will check Middle Tennessee Electric here shortly and have updates on that. All right, if you are a Middle Tennessee Electric customer, currently 565 people are out without power in Williamson County. If you're in Rutherford County, only 2 people are out there. Cannon County, currently 0 out, but we haven't seen anything up there. And currently in Wilson County, it does say there are no power outages in Wilson County currently. And I will continue to watch that, of course, as we have more information. Uh, I will bring it along to you. Maury County, 13 people without power there. I'm going to continue watching it closely. Again, if I see anything, I will let you know. As you just saw, our severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Sumner and Wilson counties has expired. So what we're going to do is I do want to mention something real quickly. Nashville did set a record high temperature today. A record high temperature of 87 was actually tied today at Nashville. This ties the old record set of 87 back in 1967. So if you want to know a little bit of history about high temperatures here, we did tie a record today. Another thing I'd like to quickly mention, in Davidson County, a report of a tree down near Cleveland Park in North Nashville. The report is courtesy of social media via our T-Spotter hashtag. Since we do have no current active warnings, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. If we do need to come back on the air, we will. But this has been a wall-to-wall severe weather coverage, really, besides the last part. And thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.